The last topic we will cover in preparation for solving rational equations is to identify values that make a rational expression undefined. We'll find that when we solve rational equations, we oftentimes get the solutions that are actually the restrictions on that rational expression, and we have to exclude them. So what does all that mean? So let's back up and start with what does it mean to divide two numbers, and then we'll lead that into the restrictions. So recall that if we have a divided by b is equal to c, that means that a is equal to b times c. With some simple expressions, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and that is because 6 is equal to 3 times 2. 0 divided by 5 is 0, because 0 is equal to 5 times 0. 5 divided by 0, though, is something we call undefined. And that is because 5 will not ever equal 0 times some number. And so division by 0 is undefined. Now we extend this to variable expressions, and we have to find the value that makes each expression undefined. Keep in mind that a variable can take on any sorts of values, but we have to ensure that it doesn't take on a value that makes an algebraic expression undefined. And those values are called restrictions on the variable. When we have an algebraic fraction, to find the value that makes the expression undefined, we have to set the denominator equal to 0 and solve that equation. So in 3 divided by x minus 2, we set x minus 2 equal to 0 and solve to get x equals 2. So the restriction is that x cannot equal 2. Right, because 3 divided by 2 minus 2 would be 3 divided by 0, which is undefined. In the expression x minus 2 divided by x squared minus x minus 6, there we have to set that quadratic expression from the denominator equal to 0. We have to factor it. And when we factor it, we have to find the factors of 6, whose difference is 1, and that would be 3 and 2. And the larger of those factors needs to be negative, so x minus 3 times x plus 2. Then setting those factors equal to 0, we get that x is equal to 3, or x plus 2 is equal to 0, so x is negative 2. Therefore, the restrictions are that x cannot equal negative 2 or 3. In the expression x minus 5 divided by x, we have to set the denominator x equal to 0, and then that is solved. The value that makes that denominator 0 is 0, so the restriction is that x cannot be 0.